What's up? What's up? We are live. The Jet Set podcast is back again on another Monday. The season is counting down. The days till the season are counting down, and Jets are doing roster cuts. Some possible trade targets. On the horizon. Never know, but yeah, no. Tonight we gonna get into it. Lock in with us. Ready?
Ready,
Jet
jet
Set.
set,
Go.
Go. From the north to the mall.
Loud one down the right side at the goal line, leading attempt. Oh, it's free ball. Oh, it's a Jet
Never too
touchdown.
nosy. Pack my bags and go. Serve me a brick at the stove. Looking like a shack in the post. Go. From the hills to the mall. Yeah, baby, every go like don't go. Yeah, in this world, everything's so more. Yeah, behind this wall, there is no photos. Jump on this bitch, go, yeah. Across my neck, yeah, go. Watch how you go, hey, yeah, Ojo. I need some more, hey, yeah, pronto, hydro. Jumped out the coupe,
Knocked away by Sauce Gardner.
Smoking cookie in Atlanta, everyone you want recognition. You already know we made it. We ain't even gotta say shit. Some of the trap will lit, some of the trap will fake it. Junior say I'll bring the payout,
What's up? We are back, like I said, on another Monday. I am Brent, aka TakeFlight_ today. Joining me each and every week, my dog Alan, aka nyjetsplanet. And yeah, man, we are back another week, another Jets preseason L. But we're heading into the new, the more I guess you know looking forward to chapter of the season, of the off season, where week one is upon us. Everybody's hyping up the Aaron Rodgers, Justin Fields, matchups, roster cuts, roster trades, you know, a lot of rumors with Jet fans. I mean, with Jets, just about who we're gonna add to the wide receiver room. We already made two trades, on the D line. So yeah, man, what's the vibes? How you feeling coming into this week?
Yeah, man. I feel good as always. It sucks to lose another preseason game, but I think with each game, you see a little bit more. You see a little bit like the things you want to see,
Yeah,
things you don't really want to see as much, obviously, with some players not performing the way you want them to perform.
yeah,
But I think all in all, I can't really complain, honestly.
yeah, yeah. And the preseason game, that was a real like vanilla preseason game. I don't think it was much to, you know, look for or to be excited about. I mean, there were some guys out there that were, still, you know, playing their best to try to make that roster. And I'm not sure if anybody stood out that much to make the roster. But there are some favorites that I feel like a lot of fans have been excited about seeing over the course of the offseason. Um, so yeah, roster cuts. I mean, we've been letting people go. Shout out Adrian Martinez, man. I don't know why we released him. Hopefully, we can get him back on the roster at some point, or to some capacity. But I don't know. I don't know about that one. If somebody's smart, they'll scoop him up for sure. But yeah, guys like Skinner and Brandon Smith still on the
Yeah, he
roster.
had a great
So
game.
yeah. Those guys were really fighting. A lot of people in our wide receiver room are fighting, and it's crazy because the Jets were rumored to be, looking at trade targets, for wide receivers. Uh, so yeah, how do you feel about that? I guess, or how do we feel about that? The roster cuts going into this week and moves that the Jets might have on the horizon here soon.
Yeah, and you know who wasn't fighting? Malachi Corley. I don't really think like if it was a boxing match, I don't even think he showed up. To be honest, he
He's
got
got to
knocked
fight.
out in the first round.
He didn't fight back.
Yeah, like do
Yeah,
something. Like that meme with the stickers. Like just do something.
yeah. Do something.
Some
Fight back. Some.
like I don't
Yeah,
even
man.
remember him. I think he had one catch all preseason.
Yeah, bro.
I'm
It
not mistaken.
was.
I don't even know his stats off the top of my head, but like it's like
Yeah.
for a third round pick, like you really don't expect a third round pick to be on the bubble in his second year, let alone at a point where it's like we're not talking about if he's going to make the roster. It's like we know he's not going to make the roster.
Yeah,
Like we
yeah,
don't know what's going to happen with him from here. But I think the best thing that could happen is if by tomorrow, um, like Salah or JD calls
yeah,
up the Jets and is like, hey, we no
yeah.
matter what, no matter
Hey,
what.
yeah, yeah. No matter what, or we just trade him to the 49ers. There you go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Got
Don't
the
throw a
49ers.
solid over there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this done back with Salah, but since they were so high on him, so but yeah, no, that's been a disappointing kind of revelation, I feel like, on the team. And the other disappointments, you feel like you're like, dang, you could have done more, but it is what it is type of thing.
Any other disappointments? That's a very good question. There were some like I don't want to say disappointments per se.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I kind of wish I saw a little bit more from Donovan Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
All things considering, roster bubble. I don't think he did enough to like really push for that roster. Considering that we have like four running backs already, I
Yeah.
think he's pretty much as good as gone too. Um, I think the wide receivers, like you said, did a really good job. Offensive tackles, I don't really think there was much of a competition there, anyways. Like offensive line in general, I don't think there's much competition. D
Mm-hmm.
line kind of solidified the whole trades that we saw this week,
Yeah.
or I guess the past week. But yeah, just nothing. There's nothing exciting there. I felt like, especially just on the defensive side, all in general. Like I don't think anyone had a bad game, but there was
Mm-hmm.
nothing that I think someone like solidified a spot for sure. So I feel like there was a
Right.
lot of like not necessarily bad performances, but just not necessarily exciting.
Right. Right. I will say Malachi Moore made a case to for some playing time, start the season
Oh
off.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
He's yeah. He's somebody I'm excited to see out there. We've been talking him up all off season, but yeah, I'm excited to see what Malcolm Moore can do. Xavier Gibson, he didn't really do anything for me. Um, I know he was injured, most of the time, but you know,
I'm gonna say, is he healthy now? I don't
I
know.
don't know,
It
like
doesn't
yeah,
really
like
matter.
I'm not even sure, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like at this point, um, Keeney is gonna be our returner, our main returner, and then Pritchett might, like you said, have carved out a role on the punt team. So it's hard to kind of like see where Gibson is going to be in that room, especially if we may trade for a wide receiver.
hmm
Um, and yeah, I don't know, man. Our wide receiver room is crowded, but it's not crowded. Like if that makes sense. Like whenever I look at our wide receiver room, I'm like, it could be better. And then some days I look at it, I'm like, this is like bad. Like this, like it looks mid. Other days I'm like, okay, we can work with that, but I don't know.
hmm
Maybe we just need that. Maybe we just need that trade or that one piece that's just I don't know. Jacoby Myers, he's on the block.
Yeah, man. Like it's definitely you definitely feel like something's lacking outside of Garrett in general. Like I feel good about
Yeah,
Mason Taylor, but I don't
yeah.
feel about the other OSU connection in Jeremy Ruckert. Honestly, like
Mhm.
to me, he was a borderline roster, and granted, we don't know what the roster looks like yet, but he's a borderline roster decision as well because I feel like he had a terrible
Yeah,
offseason as well.
yeah,
That's one I would mention. I feel like it was one play I saw him like I feel like the reason we drafted him was mostly for blocking. I don't think we've seen his potential there on display yet. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, still time. Like he's still young and everything, but um, just things in the NFL happens so quickly. So sadly enough, you don't really get enough time to really develop. It's either you're there or
yeah,
you're not there.
yeah, yeah. Record. Yeah, that's actually a good one because he's supposed to be, you know, it's part of that Ohio State trio,
Hmm.
and I wasn't even. Yeah, we didn't even see anything from him really. But he's a Long Island kid. I'm rooting for him. I hope that he stays. I hope that he's able to carve out a role. Kuntz did get cut. Shout out Kuntz.
Yeah,
He did get cut finally. Um, I don't know why he was even. I mean, I know why, but
6'5",
it was
6'8",
yeah
6'8".
6'8". It's like
Yeah,
but yeah, it's time to I guess cut those cords. I guess Ruckert is safe because of that. I would say Ruckert,
I don't
Stones,
know.
Ruckert, Stone, Smart, and Mason will be our three tight ends.
Well, the thing is, the thing that makes it interesting is, and someone was bringing up, but like, what do the Jets consider Andrew Beck as? Because I know that like not everyone
Yeah,
considers like fullback as a full role. So it's like,
yeah,
do they consider Andrew Beck to be like tight end number three? Because in that case, it does make things
it does.
interesting.
It
It also
does.
just depends on like who they really want on this roster. Because I know
Right.
we talked about the whole Brandon Smith, Quentin Skinner.
Mm-hmm.
We got Pritchett as well. Um, I don't exactly know what they're gonna do with the wide receivers. Like, do you keep a bunch and then just kind of work your way from there?
Yeah.
If you do keep a bunch, you're gonna have to cut somewhere. You already got four running backs, so it could be cutting at the extra tight end. I don't know.
Yeah. See, and that's where I don't know, man. Because Beck, I thought I mean, he's got a fullback build. He's got a
Hmm.
fullback build, but at the same time, it's like he's out there catching passes. Like he might,
Yeah,
he's damn near tight end too. So
yeah. But also,
I'm
like, does he make the team? I know he has been like, if I'm not mistaken, he played that whole game.
yeah,
I want to say he played
yeah,
pretty much the whole game. So I like it's hard to really tell what the Jets staff really feel about him. Like I'm like, do you guys love him or do you? Because I don't know. After I saw that first preseason game, I thought I was like, oh, he might be a big part of this offense. Like I
hmm,
don't want to say like big, but
yeah.
like he could be a pretty decent part, like kind of like our juice type of guy. Not every offense uses fullbacks, but I felt like he was
Right,
doing a
right.
pretty decent job.
I think if we were to sign him on as a fullback, um, definitely want to have four running backs. Um,
Yeah, it's like where do you cut? Like you got to cut
yeah,
something
yeah,
because
and it's
having a
hard to.
fullback and four running backs, you can't have a whole bunch of
Yeah,
receivers and a whole bunch of tight ends.
exactly, exactly. So when I think about it, it's like okay, so Donovan Edwards, he might be the one that gets the axe or practice squad, candidate maybe. Um, but that's if he like don't have to like clear waivers if they get released at this point, and then you can sign people
Um,
to your practice squad.
so I don't exactly know what the cutoff is to be considered like vet, but there's at a certain age you can be considered a vet and you don't have to be subject to waivers. So I
Okay.
know that was like kind of like the potential thought process with that some people may believe for Jamin Davis.
Hmm.
That because he's a vet and he's not subject to waivers, the Jets might be doing this just to bring him back after they put some guys on IR.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
saw that with Morstead a couple years ago.
More say. Yep.
And
Okay.
I remember when we randomly cut him and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing?"
Yeah. And then we just sign him back. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out because we only got 53 spots, man. We got 53 spots and a lot of depth. So, but I hope Skinner makes it. He makes it. He can change his number from that 39 to an actual number, actual receiver number.
Yeah, man,
Skinner,
39 kills me, man.
Yeah. But like, all right, so let's just say Skinner or and Brandon Smith makes it. That's Garrett, Lazard, Reynolds, Tyler Johnson, Skinner, Brandon Smith. That's six receivers right there. All right. Who would
Hold
we
on, hold on, hold on, hold
trade?
on, hold on, hold on. Can we write this down somewhere? Let's put it on
Yeah.
like let's put it on like the caption. Say it one more time.
You got Garrett, Lazard, Reynolds.
Does Lazard count?
He counts. He counts.
Okay, okay.
He's got to count. Tyler Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
How much is that? Five or four?
That's four. That's four.
And then let's say Skinner and Smith.
So that's six. But then what
Yeah,
about Bichette?
that's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna have to make some moves. Maybe Pritchett comes on as a returner. I like they signed him as a returner because Keeney's technically a running
Yeah,
back too, which would be fourth
I,
on the depth
make sure
chart at running back.
I spelled his name right. Yeah, Pritchett.
ETC.
There we go. Oh, that's small.
Yeah,
What's it guy?
no, that's fine.
Yeah. Honestly, I
Yeah.
think that's a. Honestly, I don't. I just don't think both Skinner and Smith both make it.
Mm. Skinner and Smith.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think. I don't think both of them do though. I
Yeah.
know Brit feels that way too. I just don't know if I can fully say that
Well,
both of them make it.
I wanna keep Skinner. If we got to pick between one, I'm going with Skinner. I know Smith has been here for a minute, but Skinner, man, he different to me. He gives you that Brownlee, feel effect. That's why I like him.
Yeah, and also you got to think like who do you think is most likely going to be able to make it back to the practice squad? I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
kind of has to be the thought process because you might like well, granted, obviously you can feel however you feel about somebody, but does the rest of the NFL world believe that too?
hmm
Because if not everyone's high on Smith, you could bring Brandon Smith back to the practice. That's what we did last year. So,
hmm
you would think we could potentially bring him back, assuming you don't have like Salah or something trying to push for him
yeah,
over there, or JD trying to push for him somewhere, um, and then kind of stash Skinner in that developmental role. So, I mean that's a possibility.
yeah, yeah, Britt. I definitely I prefer Skinner over Smith, but yeah, that is a more that's a strategic way of thinking about it. Like
Hmm.
which one of these guys has a chance to make it on the practice squad? Because Skinner, I know people are looking at him like if he makes it off that roster, we miss him in the draft. Let's get him this time around. But Brandon
Hmm.
Smith, he's been on our practice squad for a little minute, so you know, um, yeah, I'm sure
Yeah, and also
people.
it just depends on just how you feel about these guys. I just take everything in that's been going on.
Mhm.
Like Smith was the one that they put with the starters once Lazard was out and they went to go try something new.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, was that basically just seeing like the last little try to see if Smith is actually a guy they can use, or was that just kind of for show, pretty much?
Mhm.
So yeah, we'll just throw Smith out there. I don't know. Did that mean anything basically?
Yeah.
So those are all the things I've been thinking about. I don't know. I think it's going to be a very interesting situation, and
Yeah.
even to add to the complexity of it, eventually you're gonna have to ask yourself the question: once he's healthy, what do you do with Irvin Charles, who we haven't seen all offseason because he's been hurt, obviously from last year?
Who knows? That I
He was a
haven't
special
seen
teams guy.
forever.
He was really good in that role. Um,
Yeah.
but do you feel comfortable enough putting him over one of these guys without having played? I don't even know when the last time we've seen him play at this point.
I think it was Last thing I remember from him was that block punt against the Titans in week 2
Yeah,
last year.
but that was
That was
like
all.
early in the season though.
Yeah, that was week 2. So I honestly don't know.
Then I want to say he had an ACL injury, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, yeah, he wears number 19. So that's a cool number for somebody to wear if we were for to you know give him the boot. But I know he's a good locker room guy too. And they might just have him out there for special teams or just sign him as a gunner or something.
Yeah, that's the hard part. It's just like, but it's also the special teams coach that he had is not this special team coach. So this
Oh
special
yeah.
teams, the coaching staff has never seen him.
Hmm.
Like, how do you feel a certain way about him if you've never seen him play? And then you have to
Yeah.
then say, like, I'm gonna go put him over. Like, you won't have to say you're gonna put him over whoever you have for special teams, but then it's gonna take somebody else's spot as well. So I don't
So
know.
not
I don't
yeah.
know what's gonna happen with that.
No, yeah. That's definitely an uphill battle for him. But
Yeah, I
we'll
think he
see. We'll
might
see how
just
that goes.
be like after he's healthy, they might cut him and then try to bring him back on the practice squad. Because I mean, I could see him going to the 49ers, Brent Boyer.
Oh yeah,
That's his guy. But
for sure.
I think he's a guy you might be able to bring back.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But speaking of bringing guys in, bringing guys back. I mean, the Jets have been on like the trade mill, trade rumor mill lately.
Who?
So like Jets have been on like the trade rumor mill.
Oh, Jades. I thought you said
Trade.
Justin Fields. I was gonna say
No, no, no,
what? Justin
no, 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 no.
Fields?
He's no, no, no.
What are we doing?
Yeah, we've been on the trade rumor saying
Yeah,
that
yeah, 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 yeah.
rumors saying that we want a receiver, and I feel like this is never like stuff like this is it's never directly from. I mean, these beat reporters always trying to start up a story like they just need a receiver. They're trying to trade for one, or I don't know what sources they have, but I just like when I look at the receiver room, it's hard for me to tell if we really want to trade for a receiver or not because we have it's a very crowded room. But um, Jacoby Myers, Romeo Dubs,
Yeah, someone
Alec
just
Pierce.
asked if we think Terry McLaurin should go to the Jets. To answer that, I mean he just got an extension, so
Oh yeah, yeah, nah.
no.
Terry, that
I honestly I never really thought he was going to come here. Sadly, just
yeah,
because one, I didn't think Washington would trade him, and two, I don't think we're in that win now position yet. Honestly,
yeah. No, I was just busting my Commander fan people at home by like hyping it up, but I knew we weren't trading for no Terry McLaurin, man. We just paid these guys. We're not gonna give him no 30 million.
yeah, you
Like
got to give him 30 mil on top of the money
yeah,
you gave to Garrett. Like you could make a move
it's
like that if you believe you're a receiver away.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
when you can't say for sure you're a receiver away, a lot of times, especially Terry at his age, it's like it doesn't make a lot of sense. You'd rather get a guy that's a little younger that could be here a couple years and grow with us,
yeah,
and grow with the offensive pieces at least.
yeah, exactly, bro, exactly. So yeah, I mean, congrats to Terry McLaurin. Definitely deserve it. It would have been cool to see in green and white, but we knew it wasn't gonna happen. We knew it wasn't gonna happen. But apparently, like we said, Jets are still trying to trade for a receiver. Jacoby Myers, he's a name. Because Romeo Dobbs, Alec Pierce. Out of those three guys I mentioned, who would you want?
Sorry, say them again. You said so. Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby, Dobbs, and Alec Pierce.
I'd probably go with Alec Pierce. I think
Mm,
he's the only one that I don't say he's the only one, but I think he brings like that different dimension to the offense. You got Garrett, who's more of like a route technician. I I don't think getting like Jacoby Myers kind of mimics Garrett like that, which isn't a bad
yeah.
thing, but it also doesn't necessarily like it's just guarding the same thing on both sides. We kind of saw that with Devontae. He's kind of like a lesser Devontae in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't seen like a guy that can just take the entire defense. That's kind of what we're hoping from Arian Smith, but
Yeah.
we keep hearing give him some
Oh
time to
yeah,
develop.
Arian Smith. Forgot about him. He's making the team
Yeah,
too.
yeah. We didn't even have him on there, so
You
yeah,
forgot about him.
that,
Oh
yeah,
man, see man, what are we even gonna trade for a receiver, y'all? I think the beat reporter was just but yeah, no, Alec Pierce would be cool. You said different dimension. When you said that, all I can think about was he's white, and we haven't had a nice white boy on our team and wide receiver
since
since
Eric
Eric
Decker.
Decker. Eric Decker, bro. I
Bro,
need that back.
I remember
Eric
those
Decker,
days so
bro.
clearly, man.
Bro, Eric Decker, bro. It's like, all right, we could, we could kind of make that work. We can kind of reincarnate that a little bit because it look cool out there. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah,
It look
honestly,
cool.
like literally be like our low key Brandon. I know Garrett doesn't have
Yeah,
Brandon Marshall's height, but
yeah. It'll
I
just be
think
like a different
he's a better
version of
route
it.
runner at least.
Yeah, it'll be a different version of it. And sometimes,
Yeah.
if Eric Decker was moving so fast, he looked light skinned out there for on some play. So it's like he'll fit right in, man. Alex Pierce, he might. I don't know. I don't know. I like the idea of Alec Pierce joining this offense just because yes, it brings another dimension, but it's a different look that I feel like we haven't had in a long time. So yeah, bring him in. The yeah, either skill maker. Shout out Danny Woodhead, man. Shout out
Yeah.
Danny Woodhead.
Somebody asked, "Do we think we're winning against the Steelers?"
I think so. I'm not gonna sit here and say I think we're gonna lose to Steelers week 1 just because like the Jets coming out of an off season as underdogs. I don't know what it does. We got a new coach, like that new coach energy. I don't know what it is. It goes all right. Like we always play our best at those beginning weeks. With like a new look or like entering a new era. So but yeah, like the Sam Darnold game. Even when Aaron Rodgers went down, we still ended up winning that game. Yeah, so I say we win. I say we win. It's gonna be a close one though. It's not gonna be no walk in the park. It might actually be a boring game. It might be a boring game, but I
Yeah,
say
I
I say
remember
we win.
my man T Dot. Last time we had folks on there, T Dot came up and he said his prediction was that we would win 27-13. So honestly,
Okay.
I'm someone I don't like to just talk. I like to put my money
Yeah,
where my mouth is. That's
yeah.
why if
God,
we if
God
we
bless you,
lose,
T.
I'm gonna get that Steelers jersey. I'm gonna stand by I stand by my word. I will get a Steelers jersey if we lose. I don't think we losing though.
I don't
Don't
want to
think
I
we
don't want
losing.
to I don't want to say too much about it because it's like I seriously say we're not gonna lose. Like, of course we're not. But it's like we go out there and you just But I'm not gonna put that in the air. I think we're gonna play well. People are sleeping on our defense
Yeah,
and the fact that Aaron Rodgers can't really run. He might not throw picks, but the best thing we can
I'm not
do
gonna lie.
is knock him on his ass.
I'm not gonna lie, especially with this like newer version of Will McDonald. Apparently JJ came back to practice and he was on fire.
Mm.
And then you throwing Quinnen in the middle, and then we just got Harrison. Like I feel very good about
And
our
we just got Harrison
defense.
Phillips.
Yeah,
I'm
man, I
telling
feel
and look
very good about our
and
defense.
and Harrison's is playing right out the gate week 1. He's a vet. He been
Yeah,
there. He's played in big games. Like he's playing right out the gate. He's gonna know exactly what to do week like first snap. So I'm ready to see
yeah,
that.
and the goal is to basically say, yeah, nah, none of this running the ball. Beat us with your arm, Rogers. Beat us with your
Yeah,
arm. And then don't worry, we got Brandon Stevens to lock your number one receiver up. Yeah, Brandon Stevens on DK 1-on-1 Clamp City.
yeah, okay. I'm telling you this. As soon as Aaron Rodgers sees 21 on DK. He's gonna
Yeah, pick six.
pick six. I
Yeah,
know
man.
he's gonna try it though, and
He's
I
gonna try
know
it, but I know Smith
and
picking it up.
I want to see him try sauce too because the first time he even throws sauces away, that's gonna be that's gonna be good because sauce is gonna be like, all right, okay now. But nah, I'm excited to see that because yeah, man, it's a lot of. I want to see how our guys play against their former quarterback. Like I don't want no
Yeah,
mercy. I want no mercy. Like
yeah.
JJ, Will, Quentin,
There's only
no
one
mercy.
concern I have about our defense. I'm not gonna lie.
The,
There's one concern I do have. And that's honestly right now with the safety position. I'm a little concerned.
mm,
I
yeah,
wasn't concerned. I wasn't concerned until I got concerned.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
concerned after just seeing, preseason games and everything. So I will say that one concerns me a little bit. But
But we better throw Malachi out there. Malachi Moore.
bro, if we can get safety together, I feel like our defense could be a top 5 defense.
hmm Malachi Moore, bro. That's who we need out there.
Yeah, man. Whatever we
We need
need, I will say I do trust Glenn when it comes to defensive backs. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna let it play through before I go writing it off or anything because
Yeah.
Glenn has been the safety whisperer his entire coaching career. So,
Hey, that's why he got Malachi too. That's
yeah,
why he got
he drafted Malachi. He saw something in him. If he sees something in him, I'm curious to see what he can do on the field. They went out. They got Cisco. So Tony Adams is there. I don't really know what he does, but he's there.
he'll make
Hopefully, he doesn't get chewed out by Woody. I still don't know what he did to Woody.
I don't know either, bro.
Like,
I don't know
what
either.
makes the owner say, "Yeah, nah, bench him"? I've
Bro.
never
I
seen
don't know.
that.
I don't know. Maybe it was a money. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he said
I
something slick to him in
I
the
don't know.
locker room.
I
But
don't know.
yeah, bro. It's like what is it? Cisco and Tony Adams will probably start. I want to see Malachi Moore in there though. I really do. Week
Mm-hmm,
1. I really want to see him
mm-hmm.
in there. See what he can do. Like with that pressure. We didn't hear much of Azaria Thomas in the preseason too.
He's been hurt.
That's oh, he's been hurt. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's been hurt.
Well.
So that's the one
Well.
thing that I kind of like. I wish we would have seen just
Yeah.
in the preseason. Like we didn't see any of him pretty much.
Yeah.
So I'm also curious. Like, do they start him off on IR? Because
Mhm.
to my understanding, he didn't play a snap.
Yeah. It may free up a roster spot, so we'll see to
Yeah,
keep somebody.
but and I'm also curious who gets that last safety position.
It'll be Cisco, Adams, Moore, and then
And then there's like a fight, a 3-way tie. Oh, a 3-way fight. Isaiah
mhm.
Oliver, Jarius Monroe, who they even put at
Well,
corner.
Oliver. I thought he was like a slot corner. No
Yeah, but he's also considered a safety.
safety. Yeah. Okay.
And then there's Dean Clark, who we got
Mm.
undrafted free agent. But he had a really good, I think it was preseason, the second game.
Yeah, against the Giants. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
him. Yeah, that should be interesting. We still have Monroe too, right?
Yeah, right now they haven't. The only person they cut at safety was Tanner McAllister. So
Beats me.
yeah, I don't honestly, I don't know who's the fourth safety they keep. Honestly,
Mm.
I don't know which one.
They got to keep 4.
Yeah, typically you keep 4. It'd be weird
Yeah.
to keep only 3, just
Yeah, we
because
got to
you're
keep.
starting 2 of them. So you would
Hmm.
want more than just one backup. Because God forbid they
How
both
do you
go down. What do you do?
how'd you feel about the Jamin Davis cut?
Um, it was a little shocking because of just like the way the reporters were talking about him.
Hmm.
Reporters made it seem like he was about to be uh, all pro. To be honest,
No, for real. For real.
so
I was sensing like a resurgence in his career, with us. And Yeah, I mean, so I guess they feel good about Zaire Barnes and who's the other linebacker? Can't even tell you.
Let me go back. Uh, he's, yeah, Curry Ball, and also we got the
Curry
Rooks,
Ball. Oh yeah. Okay.
Francisco Moga.
Oh
If I
yeah.
said his last name right,
Yeah. No, he's
because their
staying.
Barnes had a really good game last preseason too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like he was just like every time someone was there, he was just making a play. So he could have just made that last second um, move to make the roster. But also, I don't know. It also depends. I know I talked about it earlier. Maybe they have a handshake deal with him. Like, hey, let us make some cuts and then we'll bring you back after we put some folks on IR.
Talking about
Because that's the
Jameis.
thing. It's like you have to, yeah, because you have to make all your cuts before you put people on IR. I never made that. That never made any sense to me. I get it. You don't want to purposefully stash people in the IR, but
Mm-hmm.
they have to make all their cuts, then they go do their IR stuff. So it's like if they have a handshake deal with Jamin, hey, we're gonna
Yeah.
put some folks in IR and then we're gonna bring you back. That could be a possibility, but I
Yeah. I
don't
hope.
know.
I hope so. He was balling, and he's a vet too. So I like that.
And he was a high draft pick. I think there was a lot of hopes for him to actually, there was a lot of potential there at one point.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued. I don't know what happens with him, but I don't know. I never put too much stock into preseason games and like what we're seeing, even just what the reporters see, because it's like
Mm-hmm.
I can't see what they see. But
Yeah.
it was just a little shocking because of that. Like someone that's
Yeah.
considered like they're like, oh, he's starting with all the he's with all the starters all the time, basically, and all that just to be like, oh yeah, no, we're gonna cut him.
Oh yeah. No. Dang. Yeah. No. That is crazy. I keep on thinking back to how we forgot about Aaron Smith and the wide receivers, and
Um,
like what I don't think we're gonna trade for a wide receiver. Like I know it sounds good. It's right there in front of us. We can do it, but I think our wide receiver room is pretty full right now. And if we trade for one, it's like
you said our wide
it's not like
receiver room.
yeah, it's not like four wide receivers can be on the field at the same time.
Yeah, I mean,
And
like
the
it's
and
weird.
the
Like it's like
offensive
we have
line.
a very full wide receiver room, but at the same time, we're like we don't have a wide receiver outside of Garrett.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's just like
it's like
it's like the
that's the
weirdest
thing.
conundrum to be in. It's like
That's
we have
that's
all
the
these
thing.
receivers. I don't really know if there's like any of them really worth a bunch, but it's just like we don't really know
It's
who is
it's
worth
it's
what.
it's like Garrett and a whole bunch of wide receiver three and fours.
Yeah, but it's like you
You know?
you want to pick the right wide receiver 3 or 4 because
Yeah,
you kind of hope that one of them can exceed expectations pretty much.
and also you want to be able, like, you want to hope that one of them can get in a groove with the quarterback because that's the main thing. Like you can't keep switching out your second option, right? Because then it just
Yeah,
becomes like the timing is off, and you might be throwing Fields might be throwing a slant to Tyler Johnson, but thinking it's Josh Reynolds, or just
yeah,
like having to be like having to like mentally like, okay, this isn't Josh Reynolds, it's Tyler Johnson, and I don't know. I feel like that's
yeah. No, because you're
too
right
much.
though, because there's a lot of different aspects that goes into the relationship between a quarterback and receiver,
Hmm.
especially like when you're talking about like, all right, Lazard is 6'5", but
Yeah,
then Xavier Gibson is 5'8", so it's just like the way you're throwing
like
the ball to them is going to be
yeah,
just drastically different.
yeah. You can't throw the yeah exactly. You can't throw the ball the same to like to different guys, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
where certain receivers want the ball in certain spaces or where it's best for them to get the ball. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I like that's gonna be a hard decision unless we like you know trade like Reynolds or I mean Reynolds or something. But I don't think we do that
I
either.
say
I
trade
think
Lazard. I've been saying it since day one. Give him back to Rogers. I
man,
don't know why we still have him. I honestly I don't think there's a benefit to like I know everyone's like, oh, he blocks. I don't know. I feel like there's got to be another wide receiver that can block. There's no way he's the only one on this roster that can block.
He's probably the best one because of his size.
Yeah, but like, is it worth it when you like the other team can basically say like, yeah, probably not gonna pass it because if Lazard's out there, even if they do pass it, you
Lazard's out
just
there. He's probably not passing there.
yeah,
Yeah.
just take him out the play. Like, I know for sure I don't have to like I can just triple Garrett at that point because I can just have like half a guy on Lazard pretty much.
Dang, that's sad.
Yeah, so
But
I don't know.
but
They're gonna have to figure that part out.
I would agree and say that we do need a wide receiver, like another like viable option, and I don't know, maybe like you said, maybe it would like it can be Mason Taylor. No, we never know. It could be
Yeah,
Brees.
yeah.
It could be Brees.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I think where we're at right now, I don't think it's necessarily urgent because we're not in a place where, like I say, like if we were at a point where, like, yeah, we're trying to go Super Bowl, yes, like wide
Yeah.
receiver 2 is a need, but like right
Mhm.
now we're just trying to get to the playoffs.
Really
You look
trying
at
to
some of
get
the other teams around the league.
really trying to get to week 7 and still be relevant at this point.
Yeah, but like if you look at the other teams around the league, like not a lot of teams really have like good wide receiver 2s, but they do have viable wide receiver 3, 4s. They kind of step into that wide receiver 2
Yeah.
role. So that's why I'm not necessarily super stressed out about it, but it's just like in terms of like long term success, yeah, we need it.
Mhm.
But I don't necessarily hate kind of just seeing how this team does for the first few weeks before we go make a move.
Yeah.
It also allows some names to get on the radar. I know we keep saying Olave, but it's one of those things where it's like mid season, Saints don't seem like they're going anywhere. It doesn't even seem
Yeah.
like they have a solution for their quarterback. So it is something that I'm gonna keep an eye on. Especially like
Yeah,
when we
for
talk
sure.
about Ohio State connection. Olave was right there in that. That was literally in that. We're not talking about Terry, where Terry was gone by the time
Yeah,
Justin got there.
Alave might have had more experience with Justin. If I,
I don't know if he had
Ala-
more experience, but I want to say like that first year, I want to say he had more yards than Garrett did.
yeah, no, for sure. When I was watching Justin Fields highlights at Ohio State, I think it was last week. A lot of them were
Yep.
to Alave. I'm like, where's Garrett Wilson at? What's going on? But I'm like,
Yeah, because they were like that
Alave was the guy.
shared 1A 1B
Yeah,
role.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I think you bring him over here, you kind of have that same shared 1A 1B role. I think it works, to be honest. I think obviously like it just comes down to the defenses aren't college defenses
Yeah.
anymore, but
But as far as like the timing,
I think especially with the whole line that we have,
oh man,
I'm not
people,
man.
people,
That was one thing. Ohio State didn't have
yeah,
a whole
people
line.
are really sleeping on our O line too. I just want people to know that. But like,
Yeah,
people think that Justin Fields is the same old. He can't pass. Man, you don't know how many in the last 2 weeks I've been getting stuff like, oh, he can't pass. Like I can't believe y'all really are investing in him. He can't pass. I'm like, you saw him throw 5 passes in the preseason game, and now you're ready to write him off. That's crazy to me. But I mean, he hasn't been the greatest passer, but he's a playmaker. That's his number one. He's not Peyton Manning, right? So you got to think about what type of quarterback we have here, and he's mentally tough too. Like Zach Wilson,
yeah. And we don't need him to
Could
be Peyton
pass.
Manning, to be honest. That's kind
Yeah,
of the whole
Zach
point.
Wilson could pass.
Yeah,
He had a hell of an arm, but I just
yeah,
Zach Wilson, that boy had a he looked like little Brett Favre out there sometimes. But hey,
yeah, man.
but yeah, man, it's a lot to that's to unpack, man. But yeah, bro, like I'm excited to see week 1. Have you done any fancy drafts yet?
I just did my first one
Okay,
today.
I did. I've done 2 so
Did my
far.
first one today.
I haven't drafted any Jets yet, but I have about 3 more left.
Yeah, I've been trying to stay away from
I've
it.
been
I've been
like
trying to stay away from it.
people are coming to me after the draft like, why don't you draft any Jets? Why don't you draft? I'm like, relax. One, because I got 3 more drafts. Okay, and 2, uh, I'm I like you can't play fantasy with your heart, man. Can't do it.
Yeah,
Gets you burnt. I've yeah, but I will have Garrett, some form of Garrett and Brees on my team to some capacity. Brown Allen as well. That's one that people are starting to catch on to a little bit more. I'm seeing people draft Brown
Yeah,
Allen.
people are starting to get on to the Braylon Allen
I'm
trend.
like, oh my god, here we go. We should have been doing these drafts. I would have got Brown Allen with my last pick about 3 weeks ago. Now, people
You know what
taking
it
him at
is? I used to always have my drafts early up until it was like 1 year. Like we did our draft early, and then it was like season. It was a bunch of season-ending injuries, and it just made
yeah.
the whole thing kind of suckish because it was like, dang, like I wouldn't have drafted these guys. Like it's like you didn't even get a game. So after that, I was like, I'll just wait till after the last preseason game. So I had a draft today. I have a draft tomorrow. Um, I have another draft. Well, we didn't schedule it, but it's probably either Wednesday or Thursday. And then I'm trying to get like one from my family. I'm trying to get like all the guys in my family to do a league, but it's just trying to coordinate that part.
Yeah, I usually coordinate my family draft as well, but I just gotta find a day for everybody to just download the app because it's just so much with
Yeah,
family,
man.
and they don't really know what's going on half the time either. So
No
you
clue.
know, no, exactly, entirely no clue. But it
Yeah,
this fantasy is what makes them kind of tune into football a little bit more. So
yeah.
nah.
That's why you got to put money on it. You got to put a little, just a little. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but I always tell people it's like you got to put a little bit of money on it, because then
Yeah,
you'll force people like the people that don't really watch, they'll take it serious though.
yeah.
Because like
That's
what you don't want, and I've seen it happen, is like you're in a free league, and then someone like their team's losing, so you just stop caring. Then they trade away all their good players to like their friend or whatever. It's like, bro, come on, just in the
yeah,
league,
no,
man.
you can't be doing that now. Can't be
Yeah,
doing
like
that.
you
I
mess up
already,
the whole thing.
bro. I'm in a league where somebody just traded Jackson Smith and Jigba for
Traded? How are you
Jameson.
trading already? But you said Jackson Smith and who?
Already, I'm like, bro, what is going on? Y'all about
You
to
said
make me
Jackson Smith
quit
and
this?
Jigma for who?
Jameson Williams.
Jackson Smith and Jigma. That's an interesting one.
Like
I
that
guess,
doesn't,
like you know,
that
I,
doesn't make sense. The person giving up Jackson and Smith and Jigba, like, no, bro, what are you doing?
like it's just one for one, like no
Yeah,
nothing else.
just one for one.
Why? Like my thing is that like why did you just
Makes no
draft him if
sense.
you wanted him that badly?
Right, like it's 2 days after the draft, bro. Relax. And then he
Like
made another trade too. He traded DeAndre. So the guy had
how are
DeAndre
you trading?
Swift.
Yo, the season didn't start yet.
Like he's made two trades already. He traded. He had DeAndre Swift. Traded DeAndre Swift for Cooper Cup.
Oh my
When
gosh.
when and the guy already had Smith and Jigba on his team, and he traded for Cooper Cup. Now he's trying to trade Smith and Jigba away for Jameson. So basically DeAndre Swift and Jackson Smith
Oh
and
my
Jigba
gosh.
for Cooper Cup and Jameson Williams. Makes no sense.
Yeah, no, that just makes it so much worse.
It makes no sense whatsoever. But
Oh my gosh.
to each his own, man.
And
To
I'm
each
not
his
I'm
own.
not even a DeAndre Swift fan, but I'm like
Yeah,
the Bears just up their O line. I don't even know if the Bears have another running back. Really, like not like
yeah,
nothing
no.
serious in
He's
competition.
Yeah, I'm scheming on him in a couple more drafts for sure as like one of my RB3s or whatever. And he has a
But for
good
Cooper
Monday
Cup,
night matchup.
I don't know. Cooper Cup,
Cooper Cup
man.
though, yeah, it's like come on
I need
now.
Cooper Cup to at least just stay healthy first.
Yeah, I think Njigba's gonna be the main guy in that offense.
Yeah, I think Cooper Cup's also like he's 32 now. I think it's
He's 30
32.
something. 30
Yeah,
something.
like his prime is dwindling.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
prime is just he's out of it. I mean, like he's not a bad receiver. I think he's great for the role he's in, like that wide receiver 2 role. But
Mm-hmm.
you're not expecting what was that? His like it was a 2021.
Yeah.
Like that
2020.
year he almost had like 2,000 yards. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
the
that. It's
offensive
not gonna
player of the
happen.
year.
Yeah,
It's not. It's not.
it's not the same dude.
Yeah, no. It's yeah, man. But I'm definitely. It's like I've been seeing Garrett Wilson in these drafts. I'm just like,
I've been trying to stay away, man, because I know I got
I
bias.
know, I know, I know, but I got to get him in at least one league, which I will. I'm just gonna say F it. I'm just gonna just draft him in a spot where I know that if I don't get him now, which is probably top of the third, early fourth, or end of the third, early fourth round.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
I mean, the
I'm,
good
I'm
thing is that like he's gonna get the ball. As of right now,
yeah.
there's nobody else. If
I
they're
know he's gonna
if
get
they're throwing a
targets.
pass, it's
He's gonna
yeah,
get targets at least.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, so yeah, I wish there was point for targets. He'd be my number one pick.
yeah. Honestly, I just kind of wish the only thing that could have made Garrett like I think a guaranteed pick is if he had a little bit more speed on him. Because then I would
Yeah.
know like they can do more end arounds and stuff for him.
Oh man,
Like
yeah,
right now, it's just I feel comfortable with him just slant routes. I think that's
yeah,
gonna be like the bread and butter for him.
bro.
But
I think our playbook is gonna open up as the season. Like we're gonna see
oh yeah, for
some of
sure.
that stuff, some of that stuff the Lions were doing last year.
I think we're
Uh,
gonna start seeing it like game one. I just like they're not gonna use that stuff in the preseason. So I
yeah,
think we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
start like once we get to the first game, we're gonna see a
Hmm.
whole. I don't want to say a whole different playbook, but I think we're gonna start seeing some stuff. And honestly, we saw it a lot in game one. And I
Yeah.
think Tanner was like, "All right, let me scale it back. I think I showed too
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
I don't
Let
want to
me.
show too much of my
He's like, all
cards.
right, all right. Let me scale it back. Let me scale it back. Let me scale it back.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to show all my cards. You know, it's preseason. I just want to see if it worked, and then like
Yeah,
it
he
worked.
showed. He was showing tight end screens. He was showing, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I think he's
and
gonna get.
then
I think Tanner's gonna get saucy when it comes down to it.
yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of really good scheming in that one, and then I feel like after that,
Yeah,
it just like you could tell it went down a notch because he was like,
yeah,
"Ah, I
right.
can't show all my cards. I just want to see like how this stuff actually looks against other people, other teams." Let me say,
I think we're gonna have like a. I mean, I think they tried it in practice, but watch, it's gonna be that end around like what Saint Brown did to Golf last year. He threw him a touchdown pass, like
mm,
on a reverse pop
mm-hmm.
pass, go around, and
Reynolds
the
to
quarterback.
Fields,
Yeah, yeah, the fields. Yep.
mm-hmm.
And
But I feel like
I
it'll be
hope he was
Reynolds
more
because I feel like they trust Reynolds.
Reynolds. No, 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 no. It's gonna be Garrett. It's gonna be Garrett.
No,
Garrett's gonna be the
I
one
think
that
it's gonna
throws
be
it.
Reynolds because you know
Reynolds.
what it is. I think it would. The only reason I think it would be Reynolds is just because one, they trust him, and just two, I don't know. You know, I have a feeling. I just have a feeling, especially he comes from that Detroit offense, so it's like I'm sure he's probably
Oh
already
yeah.
practiced it a decent amount.
Oh
So I
yeah,
don't know.
for
I
sure.
feel like it'd be him. I feel like he's gonna have some sort of weird trick play with Fields, but it also could be. I don't know. I don't really know who could throw. I don't know who else has like certain.
Lazard can throw.
I, I don't even want to see him throw. I
No,
don't want to see him do nothing but block.
just just that image of him throwing just gave me a little cringe.
He should be able to throw 6'5". Like you should be able to see the whole field. Shit.
He
But
should be able to throw.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
but
I don't feel great about it.
mm, hey man. Well, I mean,
Giving
we gonna
Lazard
see.
the ball in open space, man.
Lazard the ball in open space. I mean, week 3 against the Patriots last year, you give him the ball in open space that week. He was killing.
Yeah, man.
Though Lazard was getting the ball. That's the only time he was getting the ball was when he was open. Man, I want to see. Man, Aaron Smith still. So dang.
Yeah, see, like honestly,
Yeah,
that's another one. Like I do think they're gonna find creative ways to get Smith the ball. Like I don't really see him
yeah,
doing a bunch of routes, but I definitely see him being involved in a lot of trick plays and things like that.
yeah. See, yeah, that's what I think they're gonna keep it simple for him. They're not gonna complicate it too much. You know, if he
Yeah,
gets an
you know,
end
like
around. Yeah, if he gets an end around, hit the sideline, turn it up. You know,
yeah,
if he runs a route, hit
yeah.
that
Well, like the
go
one
down the
we
seam.
saw in a preseason game,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Just run
he got a first
straight.
down off of that.
Yeah, just run straight, brother.
Mhm.
Don't. We're not gonna complicate things. You just run straight and go find that ball, man. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, like you need a little spark for the offense. Bam, bring Smith in, end around, turn it up the
Yeah.
field. All right, cool. First down. Bam. All right, now let's start cooking. I think
Mhm.
honestly, like the good thing is, like I don't know if there is like a wide receiver two per se, but there's a lot of pieces that you can get really creative with because you
Yeah.
have Garrett,
Exactly.
you have Mason Taylor, you have Brees, you have Braylon, you have
Hmm.
Isaiah Davis. Like there's just so many pieces that you can kind of do different stuff with that's unexpected from
Hmm.
a defensive perspective.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, man. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see it for sure. Um. Yeah,
Yeah, and
man.
I like honestly, shit. If you could add a Alec Pearson, Chris Olave, at that point, I'm not gonna lie, it's like to me, you gave Fields everything.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
he doesn't
You're
succeed
cooking
under,
in.
under that. I don't know. I don't
You
know what
cooking
else
in.
is gonna be. Yeah, I don't know what else is gonna be, man.
No, no. You know, you're cooking in. Like it's
Yeah,
no. It's especially if we get Alec Pearson and turns it to 2015 Eric Decker.
yeah, man.
So you better. You might as well
He
throw
doesn't
on
even
that.
have to be 2015 Eric Deck. He just decent. Like hey, just be
That's
what he
that's
was last year. Honestly,
that's what I'm going to see every time he gets out there. I'm going to see 2015 Eric Decker, whether he's whether he gets a 10 or not.
I just need you to be Alec Pierce from last year. If you could be Alec Pierce from last year, we're cooking.
Yeah, no, for
Honestly, I
sure.
looking back, it's actually kind of sad that the Colts were not decent last year. They got a lot of wide receivers.
Yeah,
They
no,
got
they do.
Pittman, they got Downs, they got Pierce. Now they got
Mitchell.
Warren. Like
They
I'm not
got
gonna lie, it's like
Adonai Mitchell too, or AD Mitchell.
yeah, yeah. Like they got
They're
a
nice.
decent, they got a decent pieces, especially got a decent old line. Like it's a
Hmm.
little sad that they weren't better than they were last year. But
Yeah, man.
that's
Yeah.
what happens when your quarterback is so up and down and your coach doesn't trust him, and now you
Yep.
got Daniel Jones. So that's gonna
They
be
ain't got
interesting.
Daniels out there. They did that on purpose, though. They know that Richardson's going to start at some point within the season. They're just like, you know what? We signed you. You might as well go out here and start because we know you're not going to finish the season. And if you do finish the season, that means you did good. So,
I mean, like what it
yeah,
is. It's easier to put in Anthony Richardson after Daniel Jones is bad rather than the reverse.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Because
It's,
if like
it's
it's like because Anthony Richardson is the younger guy. Like you don't want
mm,
him getting in his head a couple
and
bad
then
games and people are like,
getting
oh, put in
benched.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no. Can't
if
be
you got
that.
to bench Daniel
Can't be that.
Jones, you don't really care at that point. Like
Yeah,
at that point you can kind of let Richardson play a little freer because you don't have people
yeah.
behind him like, oh,
And it
start
might
Daniel Jones
serve
because
as
you
a
already saw
spark,
it
too.
started.
It might serve as a spark, too. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
kind of like,
So I mean, it also depends though because like Daniel Jones, it's like I don't know, he's a weird dude. Like he just randomly chooses when he wants to play decent. So if he does start
yeah,
off really good, then that's when they put themselves in a really complex situation. But that's I don't know. I mean, if they
yeah,
don't want
yeah, yeah.
Pierce. If they don't want him, I'll take it. I mean, I said Pierce. If they don't want Richardson, I'll take him.
They,
I'll take him and
they,
Pierce.
we'll need to see. Well, I think whatever receiver is, or all these receivers that we're talking about, a possibility of coming to the Jets, one of them might go to the Steelers. Might make a move for one of them, and that's the other part of it. Like these receivers aren't on the trading block just for us, right? Like the Bills could trade for one of these guys, for all we know. So yeah, let's just hope we trade for the right one, for sure. But yeah, man, coming up on an hour. That was a nice little night, nice, quiet. You know what I'm saying, chill convo. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, no. What is it? I think next week when um, we go live, it's gonna be a lot of anticipation right before the Thursday night matchup. So that's gonna be that's gonna be good. And then we have two games next week. It's gonna be Thursday and Friday. The
Thursday.
Chiefs and Chargers. Yeah, the Yeah, Eagles and Cowboys play Thursday.
Yeah,
Chiefs
this
and
is
Chargers on Friday.
I
Huh?
didn't know this was a Friday game.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be like the like Brazil or something like last year how they the Packers and Eagles
Okay.
did. Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that. But
yeah, man.
but yeah,
And
no.
then September 7th, man.
September 7th. My
Oh,
birthday's next week. I forgot. My birthday's next week.
that's dope.
Yeah, my birthday's on the 6th, so
Hopefully, it just
yeah,
gets you a nice little win for your birthday.
nice little
A nice
dub.
little win against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's what we need right there. Nice little A-Rod win, man. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I ain't asking for a Jets win for my birthday because I think, yeah, nah, last time I did that, we lost on Monday night
Mm,
to the 49ers. But,
yeah,
but
that was a sad one.
yeah, yeah, nah. But
If it makes you feel better, the Jets always give me a disappointing season for my birthday.
when is
My
your
birthday
birthday
in
again?
January.
January.
Yeah, it's just all
It's like
depression by that
it's like total
point.
opposite. It's like I start the season and you're ending the season with yeah, just
Just a
whatever.
blob of just yeah. Like I just get to a
Start with
point I'm like I don't even really want to watch football no more. I barely be
yeah,
like it takes me a minute to get into the playoffs because I'm just so turned off from this season.
man. Only thing that keeps me going is sports betting, and I know that sounds bad, but whatever. Sports betting is gonna keep me locked in, no matter if the Jets lose or not. I'm gonna find some W's some kind of way. I don't care.
Yeah, I used to be big on like the ones where you're like is that like DraftKings? The ones where you like you
Yeah,
make your own team.
yeah.
It's like you have like a certain amount of dollars you use and then you make your own team and then yeah I used to do this just all the time, but now I just do a little parlay call a day and my fantasy
Yeah,
football of course.
a little parlay, man. Maybe that's what we can do next week. We can make some like week one parlay graphics.
Oh yeah, and then we can even do it for like the
Like other
Thursday
games.
Friday night games.
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah. We can do that. Yeah, no, yeah. Let's plan for that next week. Have some parlay
Yeah, because
graphics.
if we do that, we're going on Monday again, right?
Yeah, Monday. Yeah,
Yeah, we could do it on Monday, cut it up, put it on TikTok,
yeah.
like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Right throughout the week. Yep, perfect. But yeah, but all right, man. To end this, appreciate y'all locking in with us. See y'all next week before the season start. Let's get this outro going. Here we go.